much, Mr Speaker. What a huge weekend it was in Victoria, and I'd like to take a moment to congratulate the Andrews government on their landslide win over the weekend. And a special mention to my state colleagues for their hard work in the re-election goes to Danielle Green, Mary-Ann Thomas, Ros Spence, Fiona Depler Morton, Sally Brennan and Josh Bull, who also deserves a double congratulation as I hear his wife Jazz is now pregnant and they're expecting their first child. From day one, the campaign of the Victorian Labor and Liberal parties were miles apart. On the one hand, Daniel Andrews took his bus out and his team to visit a school, going out there talking about building communities, chatting to teachers, students and families about their plans for better education. Meanwhile, on the other hand, where did Matthew Guy go? Straight to a prison. Fear is what drove the Liberal Party of Victoria. Mobster Matty used scare campaigns and dog whistles, while Andrews promised to deliver for all Victorians. The difference is tangible, and the Labor win goes to show that what Australians want from their representatives. They want positive policies, not divisive politics. And I hear the giggle from those who've got 5% primary in Victoria, from one of those who was involved in why the reason the National Party doesn't have party status in Victoria. The Andrews government win in Victoria was a rejection of the Liberal and Nationals' cuts to schools, TAFE and hospitals. It was a rejection of their refusal to invest in renewables and work against climate change. It was a rejection of small-minded and nasty politics, and it was the embrace of progressive values. McEwen is one of the fastest-growing communities in the nation, and while the federal Liberal government ignores it, the needs of Victorians, this weekend our growing north sent a very clear message. The communities of McEwen will not accept second best. Both federally and on a state level, Labor is about delivering generational infrastructure projects, investing in health, investing in schools and recreation centres. The Andrews government are providing funding for new school and kinders in the south of Gisborne and overdue upgrades to recreational spaces in Sunbury. We, as a Labor movement, recognise the need to deliver for our community's growing needs. The Andrews government is committed to building new community hospitals in Sunbury, Craigieburn and the Whittlesea growth corridors. They are undertaking and planning to fix the Kilmore and Melbourne Road intersections in Gisborne, meaning that families across McEwen will no longer be at risk of dangerous accidents, giving them the freedom to travel to work, to school, to visit friends and family in safety. The Andrews government will deliver stage 2 of the Hurst Bridge line upgrade, which will include a new train station and bus interchange at Greensborough. On top of that, we'll see the duplication of the track between Diamond Creek and Wattle Glen, which will see a train every 20 minutes between Hurst Bridge and Wattle Glen. Thanks to the Andrews government, the residents of Gisborne, Kyneton, Trentham, Romsey and Lancefield will see extra buses connecting their towns, as well as providing much-needed funding for the long-awaited Macedon Ranger Sports Precinct. Labor is working hard on policies that will deliver better lives for everyday Australians. It means getting the infrastructure and public transport up to scratch to meet the demand in booming areas like ours. What we've seen over the past few months via the Morrison government and the state opposition is that cuts, chaos and division do not and cannot win an election. Coalition cold-hearted fear campaigns are divisive and discriminate against members of our communities. It's nasty politics and Australians have had enough. They want to see policies. Labor is about keeping its promises. We're backing TAFE, we're backing hospitals and schools and services across growing communities so that each and every Australian has the opportunity to grow and thrive across the nation. We're committed to handling a better deal on to the next generation. We want them to be able to secure an apprenticeship. We want them to be able to afford their first home. And we want the cleaner environment for their future. A federal Labor government will bring universal preschool for 3- and 4-year-olds. We'll uncap university places and give every young Australian the opportunity to reach their full potential. We believe that a good education shouldn't be relying on mum and dad's credit card. All Australians deserve a fair go. We on this side of the House are committed to focusing on the Australian people, strengthening our schools and hospitals. As a united team, Labor consistently delivers policies and cohesion, infrastructure and sound social values. Building together, not tearing apart. This is the difference between us and the Conservatives opposite. A shortened Labor government will bring unity, stability and economic success and social progress. We're about making Australians a better place for all Australians.